Hello friends, welcome to In the Studio. So when I'm not working on music, when I'm out and about doing whatever it is that I'm doing, a lot of times I'm thinking of ideas to try when I am working on music. And it could be anything. It could be a different way to route my sounds. It could be some arrangement techniques. It could be something to try different in sound design. It could be some sort of effect chain that I want to try. Um, all these types of things are always, bouncing around in my head. And I had one of these little ideas today, earlier, that I want to try with you here. So, sometimes these work, sometimes they don't, but I will never know if, I won't know if I don't try. So here we go. I'm going to try this one with you. So what I was thinking, this will be some sort of like maybe a transition effect to lead into a breakdown. So I thought it might be cool to take a one-shot sample. It could be a drum hit, a synth hit, a chord stab, or maybe a vocal, I don't know, but some short hit, and then run that through a big lush reverb with a very long pre-delay. So you get the dry signal coming through, and then a big splash of reverb with a very long tail on the reverb, very long decay time. And then, so you get this dry hit and then a big splash afterwards. And then I thought it would be cool to collapse that reverb slowly to a mono signal and then give it like a slow panning and then a little bit of a delay tail. And I thought that might be just something cool to try, something um, interesting to lead into or to have, to help introduce a breakdown section of a track. So that's what I want to try. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to find out. So I did pick out a little sound though to try. It's just this simple little percussive hit. So let's just give that a go. All right, so this little sound is on this track here. So first we need a big reverb. I'm going to use the Valhalla Vintage Verb, and I'm going to kick the pre-delay all the way up for this. Now you could use maybe like a big plate reverb, maybe a cathedral or something. There's some big space. And then I'm going to bump this decay time up really high. So we should get the dry signal coming through and then a big splash of reverb. I might even kick this up a little bit. Oh, we need to turn the mix down so it's not 100%. Let's try that again. Yeah. Something like that. And then you could set the pre-delay to be in time with your track. You could look up delay time calculators and do it that way. It's something I've covered in the past, so I'm not going to get into that. But you could set it to be exactly like a 16th note or an 8th note to fit the tempo of your tune. Okay, so now what I want to do is to slowly make this mono, this reverb signal. So I'm going to automate this little guy here. Do that, okay. Just gonna let that initial hit come in and that big splash of reverb. Then I'm gonna slowly make that reverb a mono signal. And then I also want to, as it's becoming a more focused, narrow sound, I want to maybe try like a slower pan. So I'm just going to use this pancake plugin from Cable Guys and just automate the mix up here. And maybe leave it the mix all the way down for the first 4 bars and then bring that up slowly. Let's hear that. going to turn this up a little bit, maybe the mix up a little bit too. Bring this back a little bit. Yeah, that's kind of a cool effect. And then what I might do as well, I mean, this is something that I'd probably, yeah, use in leading into a breakdown, but maybe we can try a delay tail here. So I'm just going to grab Mr. Fruity Delay 3 here. I'm just going to keep it on quarter notes there. And let's just try automating the wet level up here and turn the feedback up a little bit. Going to extend this out a little bit and maybe hear it with a more intense delay. Maybe just, yeah, give it, kind of exaggerate that feedback a little bit. Maybe even mix in a little distortion. And that's something that you can automate too as the delay tail kind of fades away, give it a little bit more grit. I don't know. And you can play with the feedback. Yeah. So yeah, that's just a little idea I had on a different way to kind of use reverb and introduce some sort of breakdown or drop section, making, you know, that one-shot sound a little bit more interesting, and giving it a, yeah, really long kind of expressive tail. So yeah, I don't know, that could work, I think. So that one's not complete shit. Hopefully you learned something here. Hopefully you found that useful. Leave me a comment or question, and I'll catch everyone soon. Cheers.